Hi everyone, this is Tommy, and in this video I'm going to present you the Credit Spread Trader application. On startup you see all the accounts which you defined in your configuration. There is, by the way, a separate video for the configuration application. If you didn't check it out, it might be useful to start with the configuration video first. The open accounts will be selected or checked by default, so you just need to confirm these are the accounts you want to trade. In case you work with one single account, this small window will be skipped and the application will connect immediately. On the left side of the main window you see the two trade buttons. One is for layer trading, which is not yet fully functional, so I will discuss this in a later video. The second button is for the individual trades, which can be credit spreads, single legs or iron condors. I personally used single leg mostly for the SPY options and credit spreads and iron condors on the SPX. In the ticker window you can see I have the SPX as a default. But since I don't have the subscription for real-time SPX data activated, it will show the SPY price instead. This is an option you can select in the configuration. So the left side with the greenish background is obviously for the calls, the right side is for the puts. In credit spread mode, both sides work independently, and in iron condor mode they work together. So let me show you this. You noticed that in iron condor mode, most of the functionality on the put side is disabled. So if you want to change things like the expiration date, account quantities, and so on, you have to use the call side window. As you could see, the background color changes slightly when you switch between credit spread mode and iron condor mode. This is just to give you an extra visual indication so there can be no doubt in which mode the application is operating. Also, when I switched between the credit spread mode and the iron condor mode, the stop condition at the top of the window changed. This is something that depends on how you configured your stop terms. You can easily change the expiration date just like that. As you can see, the prices change. So let me go back to the 0 days till expiration. In the account window, you can change the quantity for each individual account. When the quantity changed automatically because the stop condition changed, then the quantity box will show an orange background to get your attention. You simply click in the accounts window to reset the background color. Just to the right of the account number, the application will give you an estimate of the maximum amount you can sell for each account based on the margin needed for one contract. The quantity box on the top can be used to multiply the amounts on all accounts. I use this when I added a second contract to the same strike and I need to protect by selling the opposite side. In that case, I want to sell twice the amount I would usually sell. You can add legs by clicking on the bid or the ask column of the price grid, and here you see the bid-ask price of the selected leg or the selected combination. You can send the entry order with or without transmitting. If you don't transmit it immediately, you can transmit it from the order grid later on by double-clicking the entry price and checking the transmit checkbox. The same procedure applies to the stop price. As you can see, both connected accounts receive the order together with the stops I have defined in this term. I refer to the configuration video to learn exactly how to configure the stops you want for each type of trade. But basically you can attach an unlimited number of stops, stop limits or limit orders to each trade, and each can have a condition or not. From the order grid, I can transmit the order on all accounts. I can change the limit price to a market price order, or I can cancel it by double-clicking the All button. As you see, the orders disappeared on both connected accounts. Also very handy is the watch list. something I added recently. You can get a combination of 3 strikes by simply right click the middle strike and then call the watch list. Let me show you. I changed to tomorrow's expiration date. I click on the 3950 and I say fill watch list. The application is going to ask me the spread between the short and the long leg. And immediately after appears my 3 strikes. You notice the watch list switch changed automatically, but I can always use the switch to toggle between the account and expiration panel and the watch list panel. In the configuration video I explained the function of the 2 other switches, but in case you didn't watch it yet, let's go over it quickly. So with the filter switch on, in credit spread mode, the iron condor stops will not be available. So if I switch off the filter in credit spread mode, suddenly the iron condor stops are also available. If the auto switch is on, this means that the stops will automatically change according to the time of the day. So in the morning I like the stop I defined as 0 DTE to be selected automatically, and in the late afternoon in credit spread mode the 1 DTE stop will become the default one. This is accomplished by linking a time setting to each stop in the configuration file. As I said earlier, when the stop changes, the application will warn you if this affects the quantities you will be selling by changing the background color of the quantity box. You can reset the color by clicking on the panel. I don't think I have a stop defined which will change the quantities on one of these accounts, so I cannot show you this live right now. Another thing I want to show you will be only available to the server version. You can fill the watch list the same way you would do with a standalone version, and at the same time you send out a notification to your followers which strikes you are watching. Let me see. Yes, the strikes already arrive in the client application, but this is something I'm working on right now. The idea would be that one day all of your followers have this tiny client application, so you don't have to send out notifications manually. And the clients that have the full Credit Spread Trader application would have their watch list filled automatically. Something I forgot to show you when I created the order earlier in this video, that you have of course the different entry types, limit, stop, stop limit, or market order, just like you have them in the Interactive Brokers platform. If you select stop limit, you get a second entry box to enter the stop price. So let me go back to the order grid where I want to go over some extra features. No, let me first, one moment, let me first send a new order. One moment. Select the legs. I accept the price of 80 cents. Oh, I'm still on stop limit. I want to change that to limit. This is better. Okay, so when I double click on the entry price, I can of course change it here, and if I would prefer to transmit it right away, I could check it, but since we're in live mode and the market is open, I'm not gonna take any risk to get filled. So as you see, the entry price changed to $1 for every client. So you can do the same with the stop orders. You double click on the stop field in the grid, and then the window appears with the stop prices. There is a small visual problem still with the -999, which should be disabled, this box, but it's fully functional. It's just a visual thing. Okay, apart from that, there is another pop-up menu in the grid that allows you to resend the entire order, or just resend the entry part of the order, or resend the stops. You can stop or start the tracking system, or change the track ID. I refer to the configuration file video for more details. So then there is the final pop-up menu. Here you can change the quantity for individual clients, so this can be useful on a partial fill to correct the amount you sold. You can double the quantity on all accounts, something I use when I edit to a contract with the same strike. Then instead of having 2 stop orders activated, I cancel one and I double the quantity on the stop order I keep. You can also resend the order entry or stop limit, just like in the other pop-up menu, for this client only this time. Then in the top menu you have this button that you can use to view additional fields. Most of them are there for technical reasons and are not that interesting, but if you wish, you could add some more fields that seems interesting to you. So I think I have shown you the most important features of the application as it is today. I keep adding new features to improve the application, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and we see each other in the next video. Bye.